freeze today, Cheryl.
Oh, that's
good.
good.
How are you doing, Hank? How are you?
Good.
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 To see you.
Did you want this seat?
No, I'm good. I got all the seats I need.
I was talking to a guy yesterday, I think it was last night, and he's been around the lake for years, you know, and he says, boy, he says, you know, I remember around the township in the lake, we had a guy here, and he said, he was a lawyer, and he was the greatest guy ever. I said, Gary Howell? He said, that's him. And I said, he's still around.
He's still here.
I haven't quite aged out yet.
No.
Yeah, I represented the Lake Board for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, pretty much when we set it up and got it organized.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, I was right in the middle of that.
We've all got seniority. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, right.
That was great. Yours. Yeah, that's for sure. How are you tonight?
Great, how are you?
Warm enough, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Forgot what it was like to sweat so much.
Yeah, I'm not a hot weather guy, so it's.
Yeah.
Answer me, what's that again? Goslin or something.
Lost.
Wait, Lossing, is that it?
Lossing.
What's his first name?
Gabe. These are the guys that you'd have to ask that question to.
Was Gabe did he used to be our county commissioner or?
No, he's never been elected to anything.
Okay. And Atwell, he's out of Flint area, right?
Yeah, he got a birch run.
Oh, Burnside Road.
That sounds right. I
Okay.
had him once or twice.
That landscaping place in the corner of Bear and Birch Run Road.
Is that right?
Because I saw it.
Yeah, that's what I got too. I'm looking for feedback on you guys.
I don't have the answer. I looked, I don't know.
Look him up.
Well, they're both Republicans, which I like.
Yeah, well, 5 Republicans running, actually.
So, who would be number 1 out of 5?
You don't hear no
I just got
answers.
back from Florida, so I don't know what's been happening for the last.
Now that you should take my advice, but we're supporting Matt Burline.
Burline?
Yeah, he's the state representative for Tuscola County now.
Okay.
Okay, and
Pretty
he's running for
experienced.
us?
Yeah, it's a big district, it's like 4 counties.
Okay.
And it's in Tuscola, part of Genesee, good piece of Saginaw as well. It's a big district. Really big area.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I needed some inside information.
It's hard to figure it out because at a big district particularly, you know,
Yeah.
like the township, you tend to meet people and know who they are. But when they're 3 counties away, it's a little tricky.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know.
Who was that Gabe guy that was our, he was something.
County Commissioner, a young
Was
guy?
he? Yeah, he was a young guy.
What was his name? Wasn't Gabe, last county commissioner?
was Brandon.
Brandon.
Brandon was his name. I thought his name.
Brendan Miller.
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller.
Oh, I was
About 2
thinking it
years
was
ago.
Gabe for some reason. That's why
That's a good name, but that wasn't his.
Okay. I mean, I was just trying to put their names in.
I'm glad we all come in here. The air conditioning feels good. Hey, what's going on?
No, good, Jason, how are you?
Good. Finally, things are back in order here. I was thinking, one before that I missed, and then you were here.
Brendan.
Go to bed. I was completely off.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was
Like,
Gabe.
what a battle
When
we
I
had
seen
before.
the sign, I wondered if I saw that. That's not what that guy.
Yeah.
I can make it, just not.
Right.
Okay.
Brother.
We got color, we got a movie check. Oh, really?
And I related it, and I, for some reason, I thought his name was Gabe. I have no idea, I know I don't want that. So I'm thinking Atwell as I see stuff in the name. Yeah, because we don't get all that
Yeah.
stuff. But he's got 3 different counties.
Right, well, they're all gonna
And
represent.
then
It just has to be really good.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
That's true. Much better.
Hi, Ian.
Hey,
Jim,
so glad to meet you.
I see you brought your son with you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. That's true, too.
Well, that's good. You make Jim mad already? She took off.
The warm, dry weather.
Oh, really?
Right
Right
There.
How you doing?
Good.
Let's
They
see
have
yours.
water.
Keith, how are you?
I'm like, are you gonna leave this meeting?
I'm kicking.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Come on.
Nice to meet you.
appreciate probably wants to go into closed session.
Jumped around.
Mr. Howell, what district are we?
What-
District for our state representative?
We are now at 67.
67.
When I was starting that, it was just with your county.
So it was like 27.
Really easy, it was 82.
Okay.
Yeah, and they redid everything. Now we're 67, but they cut us up. We're only
Somebody,
the west half of the Deer County.
The one, the yellow one?
And then a chunk of Genesee, a little bit of Bristol.
Oh, yeah.
They made it look like,
Yeah.
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can you hear me?
Any additions to the agenda?
I have one, I want to add to it, it's presentation of the annual planning commission, annual report.
Under new one? Yeah. Sent to me? Oh, I didn't go get it. I have one. I have it. She just said something earlier. Oh.
Do we need to put it down?
Yep, he's under fire.
Anything else?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of the annual report from the planning commission. Support.
Motion support out there.
Aye.
Opposed? Other time.
Well, I know that you might talk about this, but the Peninsula House, last time you were gonna have Tyler go by there and take a look at that van.
Yeah.
Did he go by there and find?
Yeah, and that van actually belonged to her,
Oh,
and evidently they were loading stuff in it.
oh, 'cause it's still sitting there, now it's moved closer to the house.
And it,
Yeah, you can't even see it because the weeds are so high.
so it sounds like they're, using that to haul stuff.
Move stuff out of there?
Yeah, whether the van's moved or not, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Judge said they got 30 days. That's what it said.
I think you said it was like the 15th of June or something they had until, right?
So we're a lot closer.
Yeah.
Finally, after how many years?
Are they gonna follow?
yeah, that's become an historical event as it turns out. But you're right, June 15th is the deadline.
Okay.
The circuit court has said that's it. It's gotta be torn down, cleaned up. So if somebody's moving stuff out of there, you indicate that.
I mean, I don't see anything moving, there's a van that's been there,
Yes.
yesterday you were here. And Tyler went by there last month to check this van out, it was kind of moved there, it was in the weeds and hadn't moved.
Right.
Well, now it's still there, but it's like right on top of the house, like right next to the house now. It's not an old junk car or anything, you know, it's a newer.
Well, the June 15th deadline is absolute. So they've gotta get rid of the building, any junk on the property has gotta be clean.
Okay.
So
5 days? Good luck.
Well, they won't be able to do it, but it's in the township.
the deadline, the importance of the deadline is, at that point, the judgment says the township can go ahead and contract, have it torn down, cleaned up, all the costs will be placed on the tax roll.
Okay,
So whoever buys that will have to pay for it.
okay.
Now, obviously, if somebody comes along and wants to buy it in the meantime,
Right.
the estate would be happy to unload it,
Mm-hmm.
but they better act quick,
Right.
because you guys have waited way too long as it is. And starting the 15th of June, if there's no activity, you can just contract that, knock down, clean it up, or we're totally authorized to do whatever it takes to clean it up.
Where's this house?
And I highly doubt they're gonna tear it down, because you know how it's going
Oh.
in the past.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't done, they're not, the grass you can't even get, I mean, it's probably that tall around there.
So
right?
what are all you guys doing the 16th?
Yeah. Let's get some anchors.
I was just gonna say, have we got somebody in mind, do we put that in the paper to see
I got
bids?
somebody in mind, maybe Craig or, he's got all the equipment to do it.
Yeah.
I think it was to do
it's gonna be straight, you know, for.
Yeah.
It's $62 to get a permit.
Really?
Yeah, $62 for a demolition permit.
What do they want for it, do you know?
We probably should get this, is it the right way? Get 3 bids on it.
Seek bids for
Yeah, but, I mean, everything's changed, right? What's that?
Yeah.
Are we gonna seek bids?
Yeah.
So the idea is it's June 15th.
Oh,
Are we gonna take action tonight and say in like a
No, I
week?
think what we can do is we can just, tonight make the decision, we'll do the bids, after the 15th, if nothing's done, go for it.
Okay. I know it's on the other side.
Yeah.
because this is a public time.
Yeah, yes, it is, so, probably,
Can we add to the agenda? We've already done a motion.
I mean, it's been as long as so.
Well, that was what I was wondering, do we take action on it tonight, or do we wait another month, then seek bids, and then, approve somebody?
Well, so,
Right. No, that's why I'm wondering.
yeah, we'll wait a long time, but another month is it?
But as Gary pointed out, the 16th, we're ready to roll.
Right.
We can do something.
You're gonna get bids, right?
Right.
Yeah. To protect yourselves, you obviously want 2 or 3 bids to show you got the best price.
Yeah.
But you have no obligation to wait any longer after the 15th. I mean, you would, and there was a bulldozer on the 16th if you're ready to roll.
Right.
But I would go ahead and get authorization, to at least seek bids.
Yeah.
That way you can, if you don't want the summer to pass, then that thing's still sitting there.
Right. Because it'll take some time to line some people up.
Right. Probably under attorney updates, we'll talk about it some more.
Anything else?
It's the one next to spring. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Close a couple times. Review the minutes.
We make a motion to approve or accept the minutes into record and waive the reading.
Support.
Motion support all there. Opposed? Review the treasurer's report.
I'll make a motion that we accept the treasurer's report into record and waive the reading.
Motion support all there.
All of us against it. Well, we got it in there, what the heck.
Review the bill report. Any question on that?
I make a motion to accept the bills report as presented and pay the bills.
Roll call.
Cheryl?
Aye.
Jason?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Debbie, yes. Oh, Keith!
Yes.
Motion carried, Mr. Supervisor.
Nobody from police here. Well, with the police, I did get a report, I asked Jason to get us a report for the traffic and point order. I want to try to get the speed limit lower. That's under rope one.
On 21.
Yeah, just between Burnside and Burnside. There've been quite a few accidents there, some dust. If we got another gas station going in,
Where?
if that happens,
At Old Tina's? It's gonna be another gas station?
Yeah.
tentatively, I mean, they had the approval and they haven't done anything, they said they were gonna get going on it, and haven't done anything wrong.
Okay.
That's just gonna make it worse now.
Yeah.
You get what?
Worse.
I think we went back to 2022 on the stats, we went back into the 3-year period.
Yeah.
you know, and it was basically take a look at high concentration of 24. We kind of went just a little bit south of Barnes Lake, you know, and then anyway, just because that's been one of the areas that's been impacted all the way up north of 90. You know, once we get up there, we got 4 lanes, and you know, traffic's a lot more less congested. But we took a look at it. We just did by number of fatalities, number of injuries, and then a total number of crashes. And so that data was presented.
Who knows what about the wrecks on 24 there? Numerous deaths.
Oh, I presented it to Keith, yeah. We originally prepared it, presented it on April 9th, and for some reason it didn't electronically go. We figured out today that it wasn't connected, so he did get a hard copy today.
Because I asked Central to get it, and I asked Burger. And I probably should have asked Jason in the first place, because I got here quicker.
He should have been here last, quite 2 months ago, really 2 months ago, but due to some kind of hang up electronically, and then it was sent, not received. But anyway, the data basically said, you know, we're taking a look at fatalities, and I believe we reported 2, you know, right there in front of Deerfield Heights. You know, but what happens is that when they submit it to the state for crossroads, they got to put Burnside Road. You know, but there was 2 right there, and that the one on 24, the last one, which was December 18th, that turned out to be a double fatality. The second driver ended up succumbing to injuries in March. So both drivers are deceased as a result of that. So technically, for state reporting purposes, it was outside the 30-day window. So they're not going to record it as a fatality. It won't show up that both drivers did succumb. One passenger, 1 driver.
Should be more because the lady died on her birthday though.
Yeah, she was a backseat passenger. I need to correct myself, but the at-fault driver was making the turn. And ultimately, the Oakland County Medical Examiner's Office has ruled that that's an accident due to those injuries.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what is the actual process? It goes to the state and then they review it?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the process will be.
I've got to get with number 1 MDOT. They're trying to get the speed limit lowered on a state highway. They're pretty much slim, but you know, bullheaded animals are trying.
Look, the police are here.
Ideally, in a perfect world, we'd like to have a 3rd lane all the way down south of Barnes Lake. And then that way there will be a turn lane right there on Barnes Lake, because I know a lot of the collisions I have seen from over a period of time, from either work or personal, is that we have a northbound vehicle stop to make a left-hand turn on Barnes Lake, and there ends up being a rear-end style collision.
Yeah, it's right there in front of M&N though.
Yeah, that one's too.
I mean, 90 and 24 is bad intersection too.
So if we hopefully ideally get a 3rd turn lane, I think it would be a lot safer with a reduction in speed.
I'm going to get a hold of Lisa Haack. Get a hold of her and sheriff and try to get something from all of them that I can try to get them and state. Worth a try.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they send the state police out to do a traffic study, but I don't know what mechanism they take in to do a traffic count.
Hey, Jason, one question. How far south? Are they gonna widen it just south of that Barnes Lake Road?
Right now, they have nothing that they're gonna do. We would like to see it, you know, but just south of Barnes Lake Road, it would be ideal if we could. Because we have a center turn lane, and if we could extend it down just a little bit further, you know, and just keep that going south, I think, especially with new businesses creeping up north of Barnes Lake Road, you know, with the gas station, stuff like that, I think it would be a lot safer for traffic flow. But we kind of discussed it.
Well, the problem being, but on Barnes Lake Road, when you come up to the corner, whether you turn left or right, there's 5, 6, 7 cars behind because you can't get out because of the traffic coming out of Lapeer.
Right.
And I didn't know if they were going to widen it a little bit because you can't get out.
There's no plans to do that at this point. Maybe in the future, but
Okay.
that hasn't been talked about that I know other than us.
Look, the police are here.
Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Got tied up there for a second. If there's anybody here who hasn't met me yet, my name is Debbie Dunbar. I work the nighttime Deerfield car. So, sorry. I have quite a bit here. If you guys would like, I can go through the entire list like I have in the past, just to give you an idea of what we're all doing. So, for last month, 501 to 601, we had 154 total incidents. Okay. Some of these are repeated, so if you hear it, it's just because it's repeated, but I'll specify how many of those that we have. Okay. Where are the same calls? We had 3, assault and battery, 1, abandoned auto, 5, automatic crash notifications, 1, agency assist, 2, intrusion alarms, 1, ambulance calls, 2, animal problems, 2, citizen assist, 8, civil matters, 2, delinquency of a minor contributing, 1, sexual assault or CSCs, 1, customer trouble, 1, domestics, 5, domestics with no assault, 4, field fire, 1, frauds, 2, gunshots, complaint, 1, harassment call, 1, road hazard, 8, 1 intoxicated person, 1 juvenile complaint, 5 liquor inspections, 1 MDOP of a mailbox, 1 missing person, 2 motorist assist, 1 neighbor trouble, 1 ORV complaint, 1 operating while intoxicated or OWI, 1 paper service, 3 parking complaints, 2 PDAs or property damage accidents, 6 PDA cardiers, 1 personal injury accident, 1 PPDA, 1 resisting and obstructing, 1 runaway, 1 scam, 1 structure fire, another structure fire, then I'm going to get into some repeats. I think it's just the structure fires that are repeated in here, just because the list is something different. So 2 structure fires, 2 suicidal persons, 1 suicide, 7 suspicious persons or vehicles, 7 traffic offense, total 43 traffic stops, 1 vehicle fire, 1 VIN inspection, 6 welfare checks, and 1 extra patrol. So, does anybody have any questions?
We can go to start time.
What was it?
Wish I had any. No.
What was the total number of calls for the town?
154. 154 was the
I'm sorry,
total.
right? I apologize.
No, it's okay. Like I said, the Deerfield fire, that's all included in there too. It's our township still, right? We still help out when we can. So,
Thank you, sir.
yeah.
Jason, you, had some information in it too about the calls and
Yeah, I had the
around townships.
what we got is in Clemens, it's a program called Business Objects, which is great for statistical information. I was in there yesterday, not necessarily working, we're not working for the county, we're working in other areas. And then it was a question of how many calls for services in East Township compared to ratio of how many deputies. You know, and that it was definitely interesting. Of course, we took a look at what Lapeer County Sheriff contracts with, which we contract, you know, Deerfield. You know, we have Marathon, Oregon, Mayfield, you know, Elba, and then Attica Township was the ones that we really we wanted to compare townships. And we ran the study back to January 1st. It was just kind of an unofficial study just to see the number of calls for service compared to how many deputies were assigned. Surprisingly, the number come back that Deerfield Township had more calls for service than any other contracted area. And then, including Mayfield, who had 4 deputies. You know, and that I was really kind of, you know, usually last time I took was probably a little while ago, we were comparable to like Attica or Oregon. You know, but right now, just some rough numbers, we were close to 1,400, and Mayfield was at 1,200. Marathon was closer to 400 range. Oregon was closer to 500 range, and Attica was right around 700. So that's the number of calls for services that were recorded for this area.
For the year?
So far, we went from January 1st, it was just kind of like a preliminary search, just to see, you know, what kind of calls for services, what are more active or busier areas, calls for services. We were encompassing all calls, you know, anything that was logged in that area.
It doesn't include the city though, correct?
No, we didn't do Lapeer City. We just did the townships. We wanted to keep it inside those areas. And we didn't even take in North Branch Village because it's a village compared to a township. We wanted to make sure we were taking a look at, so to speak, very consistent or comparables.
It's not a contest, I'm happy to go here first.
I'm
Yeah, I don't know
not.
how I feel about that either. It's like, it keeps it busy.
And one of them was Emily Township, and they were way lower than anything over on this west side.
And we just have two
Just
deputies,
think
right?
Yeah, we have 2 deputies here.
Wow, and we have more calls than, like you said, Mayfield that has 4.
Yep,
Wow.
yep, we were taking a look at it, and we were comparing, and it was a department issue, and then we were taking a look at the stats yesterday, where we take a look at the number of calls they were receiving, you know, how many calls each one of the assigned deputies were responding to, and then, you know, how many were going over to the normal agency, and how many were being handled by an outside agency. And Deerfield, you know, the majority of them were covered by the Deer County Sheriff. You know, and the township assigned deputies were covering a fair amount of them.
I still want to believe it.
But we were really kind of surprised at some of those numbers, and that kind of struck me because I didn't realize how many calls for services we do have up here. And that, so it's a very busy township right now.
Now that we're getting into the warmer months, that's when things start lighting up quite a bit. So I think just a couple of days ago, I had 8 calls for service, on top of trying to make traffic stops and whatnot. So it stays content, it stays busy, for sure.
So I can verify by the data I took a look at yesterday that Deerfield Township deputies are working very hard. You know, they do get their fair share of calls for services, and they're out there serving the residents. You know,
Thank you.
they're doing the work of.
You don't gotta think at all.
You know, in other areas, they got more deputies, and the work's being split up.
Right,
You know, and so.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate in that a lot of our major crime, that's something that we also take a look at too. Calls for services does not necessarily mean major crime.
Right.
But what happens is that police activity will help reduce major crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so Deerfield is down on major crime, which is good.
Okay.
But fix the small problems, big problems don't develop. You know
Yeah.
So, at the last meeting, that's what I was talking about, was the monies that we received from the state of Michigan had to do with major crimes. Out of all of the townships in Lapeer County, Deerfield was second to Mayfield. Mayfield had slightly more, and they were paid out 12,000 versus our 405. So, and that was an average between 22, 23, and 24. I don't know where we're at for 25 yet. And those totals are coming from the state of Michigan. So.
What Lisa's referring to is, I'll give you a little insight just because I do quite a bit with that too. It's called FICR. And what it is that certain crimes or certain file classes of events that have to be reported to the state and the FBI at the federal level. And then what happens is if we get hypothetically an armed robbery, that's a micro report. What happens is if we have an armed robbery, we have to report that when we enter it into our system as an armed robbery. Our records management system called Clemis will automatically turn into a micro. You got to have victim, you got to have offender, and they ask certain details of it, and they keep track of violent crimes. So when that report's submitted, it gets sent to the state and federal levels, and that's what it's referred to is that there's funding that was received by the township because of that, because there was some major crime reported, and that it's a contribution to hopefully reduce that or to supplement law enforcement to keep those violent crimes down.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Fire?
Alright, so we had 12 fires, and out of those 12 fires, one was a fatal fire, and there was also a burn injury that resulted from that fire. The fire is still under investigation. And then we also had 12 medical calls that we ran on, so 12 and 12. And then our new medical truck is in service. It went in service Saturday morning. So Keith, you got a chance to see it? It's going to work out real well for us.
Very nice.
So now that we got that in service, we're gonna start working on the old medical rig, turning that into a grass vehicle. So, then the other thing I got is I have 2 applicants. Because I do have some issues with the applicant, one of the applicants, I'm requesting that we have a sidebar meeting.
Closed session.
Closed session.
So that, by having a closed session, we basically have to ask all of you to step out.
You're not gonna hire me?
No.
We're just gonna talk about you when you're on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather stay and talk about it too.
You want us to leave right now, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you could wait till the end of the
Oh.
meeting. for that.
I make a motion that we go into closed session to discuss.
I'll support.
What are we doing?
Wait till the end of the meeting, doing it now.
We can wait till the end of the meeting if that's more convenient for you guys.
Yeah, no, at the county, we wait till the end of the meeting to do that, because all these people gotta stand in the hallway. If you wait at the end of the meeting, then they can have their business.
I don't have a problem with that either, if Louis doesn't mind. All right, we'll make a motion to wait.
Yeah.
So we'll change the motion to be, we'll wait till the end to go into closed session.
Anything else on fire, Lou?
No, that's all I got.
What truck were you gonna get rid of?
Old 42 Chevy pickup, or the Chevy pickup with the flatbed that's got the,
Oh, okay.
It won't be long and I'll be older than the fire trucks here. All right.
Okay, attorney updates. Don't really have any attorney updates other than, the Sheldon one, which we just talked about.
We talked about that last time, correct?
We want to get a motion to, seek bids at this point.
Motion to get bids.
I am wondering though about Fish Lake Road. What was his cutoff date? Have that cleaned up?
Yeah, that's up.
Because that's another one that
We can get bids on both
we
of
could
them.
get bids on. Just now that I'm, thinking about that.
Yeah, that one.
If we're gonna do one, we have another one.
Right. Yeah, we'll get bids on both of them.
You want word support or you want me just to support Cheryl's bid? I'll support her. Seek bids for Fish Lake and Peninsula.
And before we send somebody over to Fish Lake one to do a bid, they need to have an officer on scene there. Because it could be a little heated. So we're going to make sure that
That's the demolition and cleanup, right?
You should be a text for the date and time.
Demolition of Peninsula Cleaners.
yeah, if we get that in the paper, probably. We're gonna have to do it, next meeting.
Right, we'll get it in the paper and hopefully get bids here by next meeting.
We have to do two separate bids.
One's demolition.
Well, no, one for Fish Lake or one's for Peninsula Drive.
You have to.
The job will be
Yeah.
both.
Well, it's not a demolition at Fish Lake.
It's just a
It's
place.
a cleanup.
Well, the two jobs are separate.
Yeah.
The one job would be
I
both.
think we need to keep the demolition separate, so we can. For the cleanup and the demolition, just for each property.
I think that's wise. Obviously, one is a demolition, and one's just a cleanup.
But it's one job. One job at Peninsula would include both the demo and the cleanup.
Yes.
And the job at Fish Lake would be just the cleanup. It'd be two jobs,
Yes.
but it'd be a whole job.
I give to you guys, who makes the bid and who wants to do it.
One might, the cleanup may be less than, it could be a different company.
What about, since we already took bids on one, because we, in addition to advertising the paper, just contact those companies to say the project's not gonna go, it's not up to bids.
Yeah.
You know, since.
I didn't think we upped
Yeah.
any bids. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause they got updated, things have changed since the time, it's been many years ago. Costs have changed.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean Sheldon?
Yeah, Sheldon. Just contact those people, see if they're still interested, if they wanna re-up the bid.
Let them know that the bids.
Yeah, if they get more bids,
Submitted.
they wanna update theirs, and,
Just tell them they won't have to wait another 2 years.
yeah. I was thinking, yeah, I think we had it last time, I was the one who feel like, I forgot about it.
We're still working on, one across the street here. I guess, one attorney in here, one, and this one here, got some court action on, Raymasking and,
She was here, when you left 2 minutes ago.
did I?
2 minutes, I don't even think it was 2, I think, actually, I thought you were still in the parking lot. She was back and forth.
We're gonna try that. New business. PC annual report.
Yeah, planning commission, was requested to put together an annual report. And then, it was a question if it's in the bylaws. And then anyway, the secretary took care of that, which is Kim Miller. And she put together a very wonderful report, and then no one else could take credit for it. She presented it, and that, you know, and that was very well written and laid out exactly what happened over the past year. Really impressed with the time and the attention she put in that. It went through the PC committee and that PC board. We approved it, and that it says we got presented to the full board. And so that's what it was here today.
Yeah, seen it. Very good report.
Thank you.
It was just part of the excellent work she does every single day on the planning commission, and we can't thank her enough.
And she brings us chocolate too.
Yeah, what?
Well, where is she tonight?
Right here. She's always welcomed at the meetings.
Now the snack.
She has a magic touch.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'm not sure, because I think, Debbie said it was in the bylaws that we got presented, and I think it's, do we got accepted as?
No, yeah, the safe side, there's no reason not to. I make a motion to accept the
Annual report.
annual report from Park Commission.
Motion supported, all in favor? Vote.
The next planning commission is 16th.
This next Tuesday, whatever.
Next Tuesday.
You want to be there?
Yes, please.
7 o'clock?
Yeah.
7.
Yep, I would say 7 o'clock, and then, I know we got some work to do on some of the ordinances with fire police. Some of your valuable insight out.
Okay. Public time. Hey?
No, come on. Good to see Jason.
He wants to know when his chair is gonna be back.
No. Let's start that again.
Thanks, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
It was a lot better than what I was doing last
Miss
week.
Tank was up there?
Yeah.
Let's have a replay. We were in Florida, we missed it.
We've been trying to get Hank to scoot up for years.
No. There's no room.
You know, we used to have 3 trustees.
Yeah.
We used to, you know.
It's just not the same without him. Like I
It's
said
a spot up
originally.
there.
No, we don't need her, I'll go back to Florida.
No, I'm here for the.
Okay, at this time, we will close, public time, we're gonna go to closed session.
Okay.
And,
I'll support the motion.
You guys doing well tonight? One more show for everything?
Thank you. Goodbye.
take care, everybody. Take care. Gonna bring donuts or something.
This isn't started.
My favorite too.
Welcome back.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Welcome back up.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
Pretty close.
make a motion to go back into.
So you have to make a motion to approve a closed session. Say.
You guys work hard on that other
Closed session, which is.
Holy cow.
Motion support, all in favor? Opposed?
I make a motion.
Who supported
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the two, candidates that the fire chief has recommended us, Mr. Keith Bennett and Mr. Aaron, is it Aaron? Aaron White.
I support it.
We have motion support? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We didn't need a motion.
I'm sorry.
We didn't need another motion.
That was what I was trying to ask, is do we need a motion to open the session?
No, you just go back into,
Yeah.
and then you have your, you approve your minutes at closed session, and then you can make a motion for.
That's what you paid big bucks.
She's worked long before me.
A lot of closed sessions.
Which I have not, thank
Very,
thank
very
the Lord.
helpful.
Well, thank you.
The biggest closed session was when we went for Weber's. That was a job.
That was stressful.
It was very stressful. And then after we got done with closed session, we went on stage at North Branch High School, at the auditorium, at the new, brand new at the time. And we went on stage, knowing what we knew, and then everybody come up and talk to us. We've done public time. I'll make a motion to adjourn. Support?
Support, all in favor? Opposed?
7:47.
That we came, we were talking earlier, and, we'll have nothing on the agenda, this is really quick.
It's like, don't.
I stopped in earlier, they go, you can come in with an ice cream.
Yeah.